All right, let's do some position versus time graphs. We can do this. Okay, so let's see. For this graph of position versus time for an oscillator, find this number there is the amplitude. Okay, so let's figure out the amplitude. It is 3 meters. Okay. How many sig figs do you have? You have at least 2. All right, what's our period? Well, this is the beginning of a cycle here, and here's the end of it. So I think that's 2.5 seconds. Notice that we've gone through 2 complete cycles in 5 seconds. That's even better, right? Okay, so I'm pretty sure of that. Okay. And then our maximum velocity. Well, by the way, you can just put a line through that point there, and the slope of that would be the maximum velocity. But I think that's working too hard. Okay. So our maximum velocity, Vmax, is omega x naught. How do you know that? Because of this. Okay. See, in front of the velocity things, it's always omega x naught. So that's your maximum velocity. Okay. So omega is, remember, omega is, oops. Omega, draw me an omega, is 2 pi over t, right? So that is 2 pi over 2.5, right? Okay. Yeah, okay. And then, so let's figure this out, right? Our maximum velocity is 2 pi over 2.5 times x naught, which is 3, right? And that ends up being, 6 pi over 2.5, which ends up being, 6 over 2.5? That's 2.4. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, 2.4 pi. So the maximum velocity is 2.4 pi. The maximum position is 2.4 pi. Okay, the maximum position is 3 meters. Maximum velocity is 2.4 pi meters per second. And then write an equation for its motion. So this is sine, isn't it? Don't you think? I think that's just positive sine. So x is equal to, and the general form of the formula is x is x naught sine omega t, right? So let's just plug in our numbers here. So 3.0 meters sine, and then it's it's 2 over 2.5 is this guy, right? So 2 divided by 2.5 is 0.8. 0.8 pi. That's our omega, right? Okay, so it's 0.8 pi times t. There we go. And by the way, I'm using these formulas right here. So x is x naught sine omega t. Omega was 0.8 pi, and then you just put the t in there. Okay. So now let's write an equation for the velocity. Let's go back to our formula sheet. If x is sine, then v is cosine. Okay, so let's set that up. It's omega x naught cosine omega t. Okay, so v is omega x naught cos omega t. Okay, omega, by the way, is still going to be 0.8 pi. So that's easy, right? And then we just got to figure that out, right? So v is, omega is, I think we figured out that the maximum velocity here was 2.4 pi. Well, let's just go ahead and do this. So 0.8 pi, right? And then x naught is 3. And then that's cos 0.8 pi t, okay? And then this, of course, becomes, this times this becomes 2.4 pi cos 0.8 pi. Sometimes you just have to like make it a number, like just multiply it out, write down some sig figs, right? But I think we've got our equations there. Okay, and you can plug the numbers in. You can even check all these things, right? You can check this thing. You can graph it. Your calculator should be able to show you a graph of that, and you should know whether you're right or not. Okay. But anyway, all right.